Hey there folks, I am the Mighty Plantain. Thanks for checking out this video. We've got something from Dogfish Head today. This is their Costumes and Karaoke. This one comes in at 8% ABV, and it says here that it is an imperial cream ale. I've had some cream ales, but I don't know about an imperial cream ale. With turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, star anise, oats, cardamom, and vanilla beans added. So an imperial cream ale with vanilla beans added. That sounds good. Turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, oats. I'm right there with you. Star anise. I don't know. Anise is an interesting spice. It can get cloying very fast. Now, just an idea of how cloying anise can be. I used to pack seeds, bulk seeds, into smaller packages or larger into smaller, however you want to look at it. But when dealing with anise, the actual seed for anise that the spice is made from, the dust gets into the air and you're breathing it in, and then all you can taste is fucking anise for the rest of the day. It's like having a mouthful of anise constantly. And if you take in anything sweet, the bitterness of the anise actually comes forward and makes it even worse. I would get the anise in my mouth, and then I'd be drinking a Mountain Dew, and all I could taste was anise. And let me tell you something, the taste of anise in your mouth, it's rotten. It's rotten over the long term, especially when it overpowers every other flavor. So I'm a little leery of anise in my mouth. But in the right proportions, it does make a great beer. I think I had a Star Anise holiday warmer, winter warmer from Long Trail maybe a few years back. Anyway, it was called Star Anise something, and it was actually pretty good. So, like I said, in the right proportions, it's good. All anise is the primary flavoring in absinthe. And I've had an absinthe from a local distillery that was actually pretty damn good. It was smooth, it was delicious. They did the whole thing where they melted the sugar cube into it. Best of the North Fest a couple of years ago, and it was Tree Spirits out of Oakland, Maine. I kind of wish they had done it again the next year, but they didn't. And of course, this year we didn't have Best of the North Fest, so But yeah, anyway, that was my one experience with absinthe, and it was actually pretty damn delicious. So, we're going to take the anise with a grain of salt, not literally, but and hope that this beer is good. Now, I've done a bunch of Dogfish Head. Oh, I thought I had popped that up enough. A bunch of Dogfish Head beers for the channel, and I haven't posted them. Because I didn't want to do, Dogfish Head after Dogfish Head beer. I even decided at one point I was just going to do, like, one video every day posting until I had gotten rid of them. And you guys have seen some of the older videos popping up on the channel. I even filmed, like, an extra Dogfish Head beer with a little intro saying, hey, I'm going to do a whole series. And then I did one with a capping off and finishing it because I had 2 Dogfish Head beers in the fridge at the time. And I never fucking posted it. This is the problem. I look at interesting beers, I grab them, and I've got to get them filmed so I can post them. Because I think it'll get people's attention. But, yeah, I'm thinking you might see some weirdness on the channel when I post this video. I might follow it up by putting the Dogfish Head series up. I don't know. It all depends. Anyway, I have digressed enough. Yes, I've had a couple of drinks so far tonight. We're looking at Costumes and Karaoke Imperial Cream Ale. Now, here's something interesting about this cream ale. As I was talking about the other Dogfish Head beers and going on and on about that, I did notice there are some bubbles floating on the surface of this one, and they're staying on the surface. Now, I've talked about darker, heavier beers with a lot of surface tension and those bubbles that kind of dance on the surface of the glass. This one had a few that stuck around, and I think some of them are even sticking around now. Maybe they're the ones that are coming up from the bottom there because it is slightly effervescent. But This is a beer with a lot of surface tension and those little dancing bubbles that I find so visually appealing and mesmerizing at the same time. It is a pretty hazy beer. Slightly effervescent. I didn't get a really good head on it, but I can see a handful of bubbles coming up from the bottom there. It's got an interesting golden color. It's a honey-colored beer. A yellowish gold tinge to it, almost slightly copper. There's a little bit of orange in there. But I would say a nice honey-colored golden beer. For all the different ingredients listed on there, it's almost got a neutral aroma. There's a slight beeriness to it. But not much. There's just like this somewhat neutral aroma, just a slight beer aroma, non-distinct to it. Ooh, nice medium heavy mouthfeel. Definitely a cream ale. I'm getting creaminess up front. It's got some very smooth, slick body to it. I mean, it's definitely an imperial. It comes in at 8% ABV, and I am getting a hint of booziness to it. But it's like this muted boozy flavor. And the beer itself is so smooth and creamy that you don't really notice it. It's kind of buried in the texture and underneath all those different spices, which are kind of melding together. Not really getting any oat flavor. I'm guessing that's kind of in the body there. Oats tend to be a little neutral anyway, unless they're really roasted, heavily roasted. But it's definitely got some body to it. And I know I mentioned the mouthfeel and the fact that it's creamy and smooth and that it has some body, but there's this certain flavor that's coming through. I can't quite put my finger on it, but the spices are kind of melding together. I'm getting this general spicy blend. It's got some earthiness to it, but it's got that. There's a cooling after effect that may be due to the anise. Anise tends to have like a licorice flavor, but it also has like this cooling. You can get it right in the back of the throat and up into the nares, up in the soft palate area. There's like this weird cooling sensation that rolls out from there, and I believe that's due to the anise. Here's a fun game. A little late in the review to start this, but show your friends, and every time I say the word anise, make them take a drink. You'll be fucking drunk in the first 2 minutes of this review. But yeah, it's very interesting, and like I said, I'm getting those hints of cardamom, I'm getting the hints of anise, but there's this weird earthy, spicy blend that, other than that cooling after effect from the anise, there's nothing particular coming forward that I'm specifically tasting those different spices. Ginger, cinnamon, star anise, cardamom, and vanilla. Maybe the vanilla is contributing to that cooling effect as well. But there's the different spices aren't necessarily coming forward at any particular time where I can pick them out. It's just this combination of them all together. And I can't describe that flavor, but there is a spiciness about it, an earthy spiciness that's just It's unique and it's different. And in a beer with such a nice creamy texture to it. Something that I can't put my finger on. It's a flavor that defies words, definition. It's not like anything I've ever tasted before. Whew, pardon. And it's so easy to drink. Again, at 8% ABV, this is definitely an imperial, but excuse me, it's going down easy. This is a dangerous beer, and pardon. Here come the hiccups, because again, it's going down faster than it should. There's a weird look to it, and I don't know. I don't think the camera will capture this, but I'm going to try to tip the glass. See if I can get it in there. I don't know if you can see that. Sorry, it's like trying to do something in a mirror. But there is this weird sheen to the top of the beer. It almost looks oily. It doesn't taste oily. It doesn't behave oily, but look at how that clings to the glass. There's definitely some oiliness to it. Again, it's an interesting look, and it's, yeah. If I swirl it, it does it differently, but if I hang on to it there, it hangs a little more. Let me get that closer to the camera so you can see just how that clings to the glass. And that's has something to do with the texture and that oiliness that I'm seeing there. Again, it's not unpleasant. It's just different. Anyway. All these different things I'm noticing about the beer as I get further and further into it. But this is a 5 out of 5 for me. This is another great winner from Dogfish Head. Again, it's something that I can't compare to anything else. It's a unique flavor. I'm not necessarily getting each individual spice that's in there as a distinct flavor, but they are blending together to change, to enhance, change. No, they are blending together to create the flavor of this beer that, again, I can't compare to anything else. It's unique. It's different. It's easy to drink. I'm really enjoying it. So, full on 5 out of 5 for its uniqueness alone. But that's just what I have to say about it. Hit me up down below in the comments and email link. Love to hear what you have to say about costumes and karaoke from Dogfish Head. While you're down there, don't forget to like and share the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, folks, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.